So I'll have half of the people sing this verse and then the half will do the other verse. Okay. Chitramohini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yadyapi Saviditam Sakala Dharmam Brahmam Guhyam Brahmanair Darshitamargena Samadhi Virupayer Janatam Anushashasa. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Surya Prakash Rao Prabhuji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yadyapi Swaviditam Sakala Dharmam Brahmam Guhyam Brahmanai Darsita Margina Samadhi Virupa Ruparai Janatano Anushasasa. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Sujata Subhash Mataji. And then rest we'll do the rest one. Next one. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yadyapi swaviditam sakala dharmam brahmam guhyam brahmanair darshita jena samadhivihi upahir janatam anushashasasha. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Okay, keep your hands raised because you will read the next verse, okay? Madhu Mataji onwards. Yadyapi, although, Swaviditam, known by him, Sakala Dharmam, which includes all different types of occupational duties, Brahmam, Vedic instruction, Guhyam, very confidential, Brahmane, by the Brahmanas, Darshita Margena, by the path showed, Sam Adibhi, Sam Dam Titiksha, controlling the mind, controlling the senses, practicing tolerance, and so on. Upayehe, by the means, Janatam, the people in general, Anushasha, he ruled over. Translation by His Divine Grace Sharvapat Ki Jai. Although Lord Rishabdev knew everything about confidential Vedic knowledge, which includes information about all types of occupational duties, he still maintained himself as a Kshatriya and followed the instructions of the Brahmanas as they related to mind control, sense control, tolerance, and so forth. Thus, he ruled the people according to the system of Varnashram Dharma, which enjoins that the Brahmanas instruct the Kshatriyas and the Kshatriyas administer to the state through the Vaishyas and Shudras. Purport by His Divine Grace Sharvapat Ki Jai. Although Rishabdev knew all the Vedic instructions perfectly well, he nonetheless followed the instructions of the Brahmanas in order to perfectly maintain the social order. The Brahmanas would give advice according to the Shastras and all the other castes would follow. The word Brahma means perfect knowledge of all activities, and this knowledge is very confidentially described in the Vedic literatures. Men trained perfectly as Brahmanas should know all Vedic literature, and the benefit derived from this literature should be distributed to the general populace. The general populace should follow the perfect Brahmana. In this way, one can learn how to control the mind and senses and thus gradually advance to spiritual perfection. Okay, verse number 17. Madhu Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dravya Desha Kala Vayah Shraddhartha Vividho Desho Pasitah Sarvair Api Kratubhir Yathopadesham Satkritva Yaja. Hare Krishna
Thank
Mataji.
you, Hare Krishna. Galaxy tab. This is Prafulla Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dravyadesh Kalavaye Sharantra Tibike Vividosa Desho Pashitai Sarvair Abhigraha Dubir Yadova Desham Shadakritva Iyajaha. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Shubha Rao Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Dravya Kalavaya Siddhartvividho Deshopachitai Sarvairapi Kratubhiryadhopadesham Satakrutva Yaja. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Vejanti Mataji. Oh, Mataji, can you please unmute yourself?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Davya Desha Kalayaha Shraddhar Vigirvidho Desha Pachitaha Sarverapi Kratubi Radhyopadesham Shraddha Krutva Iyaja. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Srinivas Rao Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी दंडवत प्रणाम ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय द्रव्य देश काल वय श्रद्धऋत्विक विविध उद्देश उपचितैः सर्वैरपि क्रतुभिर्यथोपदेशं शतकृत्व इयाज हरे कृष्ण
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Okay, I don't know who this is, and I don't even know how to say it.
हरे
Siamo.
कृष्ण माताजी हरे कृष्ण माताजी कृष्ण माताजी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय श्रद्धाव्य देश कालवय श्रद्धा देवी विध देशैव चित सर्पेरपि कर्तुर्भयं सपे उपदेश शतकृत्य इयाज हरे कृष्ण माताजी थैंक यू
Thank you
माताजी
very much, Hare Krishna. Vijay Kumari Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी ओम नमो भगवते द्रव्य देश कालवय श्रद्धद्विह विविधो देशो प्रसिद्धि सर्वे अभिकृतभिः यदोपदेशं सदा कृत्व इयाज थैंक यू माता जी
Hare Krishna. Anjali Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण द्रव्य देश काल वयः श्रद्धा ऋत्विक विविधा उद्देशा उपचितैः सर्वैः अपि ऋतुभिः यथा उपदेशं शतकृत्वः इयाजः हरे कृष्ण माताजी
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Davya, the ingredients for performing yajna. Desh, the particular place, a holy place or a temple. Kal, the suitable time such as springtime. Vayaha, the age, especially youth. Shraddha, faith in goodness, not in passion and ignorance. Ritvik, the priest. Vividha Udesha, worshipping demigods for different purposes. Upachitehe, enriched by. Sarve, all kinds of. Api, certainly. Kratubhi, by sacrificial ceremonies. Yatha Upadesham, according to the instruction. Shatakritvaha, 100 times. Iyaja, he worshipped. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lord Rishabh, they performed all kinds of sacrifices 100 times according to the instructions of the Vedic literatures. Thus he satisfied Lord Vishnu in every respect. All the rituals were enriched by first-class ingredients. They were executed in holy places according to the proper time by the priests, who were all young and faithful. In this way, Lord Vishnu was worshipped and the prasad was offered to all the demigods. Thus the functions and festivals were all successful. Purport by Shabapad Ki Jai. It is said, Kamara Acharit Pragno Dharman Bhagavatan Iha. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 6th chapter, verse 1. A ritual should be performed by young men, even boys at a tender age, in order for the ritual to be performed successfully. From childhood, people should be trained in Vedic literature, especially in devotional service. In this way, one can perfect one's life. A Vaishnava does not disrespect the demigods, but on the other hand, he is not so foolish that he accepts each and every demigod as a supreme lord. The supreme lord is the master of all demigods. Therefore, the demigods are his servants. The Vaishnava accepts them as servants of the supreme lord and he worships them directly. In the Brahma Samhita, the important demigods, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and even the incarnations and expansions of Lord Krishna, like Mahavishnu, Garbhadaksha Vishnu, and all the other Vishnu Tattvas, as well as Shakti Tattvas like Durga Devi, are all worshipped by the process of worshipping Govinda with the words Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. A Vaishnava worships the demigods in relation to Govinda, not independently. Vaishnavas are not so foolish that they consider the demigods independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is confirmed in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Ekale Ishwar Krishna Ara Sabha Bhritya. The Supreme Master is Krishna and all others are his servants. Om Gyan Timirandasya Gyananjan Chalakaya Chakshurun Miltam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Hey Krishna Karna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishbhanu Devi. Hey Krishna Pranamami Hari Priyai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Alright, so although Lord Rishabh knew everything about confidential Vedic knowledge, which includes information about all types of occupational duties, he still maintained himself as a Kshatriya and followed the instructions of the Brahmanas as they related to mind control, sense control, tolerance, and so forth. Thus, he ruled the people according to the system of Varnashram Dharma, which enjoins that the Brahmanas instruct the Kshatriyas, and the Kshatriyas administer to the state through the Vaishyas and Shudras. Very nice. Okay, Krishna, this is not what happened. Lord Rishabh, they perform all kinds of sacrifices 100 times according to the instructions of the Vedic literatures. Thus, he satisfied Lord Vishnu in every respect. All the rituals were enriched by first-class ingredients. They were executed in holy places according to the proper time by priests who were all young and faithful. In this way, Lord Vishnu was worshipped and the prasad was offered to all the demigods. Thus, the functions and festivals were all successful. Okay, we are reading from 5th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, Creative Impetus, chapter number 4. Do you still remember the name of the chapter?
The characteristics of Rishabh
Lord Rishabh. And who is Lord Rishabh Dev's father?
King
Nabhi. King Nabhi. Very nice. You still remember. And how many sons Rishabh Dev has?
100
sons. Very nice. What is the name of the eldest son?
Bharat.
Bharat Maharaj. What did he become? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Mahabhagavat. What did he become? Which Varna he belonged to? Very nice. So we are reading about the very auspicious glorification of Rishabh Dev. Rishabh Dev is what kind of avatar is he? He is
Vamsha avatar.
Right. Swamsha, he's a direct manifestation, direct expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what was his reason to choose to become a Kshatriya or to choose to become a ruler, even though he was beyond the Yadhokshaja, right? He was beyond the domain of birth, death, old age, and disease, beyond the domain of three modes of material nature, beyond the domains of three tenses in the time factor. Basically, he was beyond all bodily concepts. So what made him choose to become a ruler? What was he trying to accomplish by that?
He wanted to teach by his own example.
Okay, that's the number one. Very nice. He wanted to teach by his own example how to be a ruler.
Establish Varnashram Dharma.
Okay, to re-establish the principles of Varnashram Dharma.
And by Varnashrama Dharma, one can achieve materially also and spiritually also. Perfection.
Very nice. So by Varnashram Dharma, how one can actually work according to one's own psychophysical nature in this material world to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and at the end of life also aim towards liberation or going back to Krishna. So both the goals are accomplished. So that is the goal of a human body. That's not the goal for a animal body. Animal body is just transmigrating from one species to another species so that they can come to a civilized human form of body and then get a seed of bhakti again. Yes, animals can also become Krishna conscious, but it's not going to be so easy as it's going to be easy for a human being. So if having obtained a human form of life, if I'm not progressing towards the path of bhakti to Krishna, which is my real home and real identity, then the whole thing is Shram Eva Hi Kevalam, right? So Krishna, you see, this all can be wrapped up. Krishna can just be a loving father and say, don't do all this. There's no need. This is all a big facade and you are a soul and work on the soul level. But he doesn't do it because he respects this free will that he has given. I'm so much in awe and reverence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that he actually respects what he gives. It's not like sometimes we give gifts. Now you tell me, if the gift is given in the mode of passion, what kind of a gift it is? Charity or gift given in the mode of passion. What does it mean? What does Krishna say about it? 17th chapter Bhagavad Gita.
Then we want in return something. We give the gift.
Yes. Very nice. So there's this intense greed to get something back. For example, if the very mode of passion, the people are doing so many Vedic sacrifices and charity work, but the goal is so I can actually elevate myself to higher existence. Okay, that's the main goal. Okay, the charity given in the mode of ignorance, what does it entail? Mode of ignorance, charity is given. Also, mode of passion, the mood is grudging. Okay, the mood is grudging. The goal is to achieve something back. The mood is grudging. Means if I ever give a charity and then I think, why did I do so much? I could have done less. So that's like mode of passion attacking. Charity in the mode of ignorance, what is that about? Not given to a proper person, not to a proper place.
Proper place, proper time, and proper person.
Actually,
without Vedic
Don't follow the Vedic rules.
Yes. So so there is no proper place, proper intention, or proper person that it is given to. For example, if somebody is giving charity to someone so that they can go and smoke cigarette or drink alcohol, that's the charity in the mode of ignorance. Or giving flesh as a charity. You know, people give flesh as a charity. That's mode of ignorance. Charity in the mode of goodness. What is charity in the mode of goodness? Charity in the mode of goodness.
Charity in the mood of goodness for a person, proper place, and as a form of duty.
Very nice. And Surya Prakash, what were you saying? Surya Prakash, what were
Without
you
expecting anything and following the Swadharma.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Vijay Kumari Mataji, what do you want to say?
Not expecting from others. Those who are giving dharma to others, we were not expecting. You give.
Very nice. Thank you. So, child
Hare
in the
Krishna,
mode.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, for giving the charity to the qualified person at the qualified location, and that charity should be useful and the proper time also. So that type of charity is the mode is in the mode of goodness, Mataji.
Very nice. Thank you. So, out of the sense of duty. Okay, so out of the sense of duty and out of the three, which one is binding and which one is elevating? The charity given in three modes, which one is binding and which one is elevating?
Charity of passion is binding and charity in the mode of goodness is elevating.
Yes.
Passion and ignorance is binding and goodness is elevating. Very nice. So here we can see that Rishabh Dev is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He actually made those rules, but he's following those rules as well because he's setting an example of who he is, of how the human society must function, not to disregard the material existence or conditional stage, but to aim towards attaining the constitutional position. Right? Krishna gives instruction in Bhagavad Gita, two places, right? 2nd chapter Bhagavad Gita and 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Krishna talks about Swadharma and Sanatan Dharma. So it's like one has a constitutional duty, a constitutional nature, and then there's a conditional duty or conditional nature. So in a conditioned state of life, when I'm still inside a body, there is a sense of duty, obligation to the state, to the family, to the city where we are living in. We have to pay taxes, we have to obey the rules of driving, or so many things. But in constitutionally, the duty is that one, I'm part and parcel of Krishna, and I need to just focus on that service and reinstating my identity within that particular domain. But out of the two, constitutional and conditional identity, which one is more important? You tell me. Out of the conditional nature and constitutional nature, which one has a higher hierarchy? Which one is more important?
Constitutional nature, that is higher.
So if when we say something is more important, then should it be given more time, more investment, more, more what do you say, concentration or
energy,
priority? Very nice. Or the conditional nature should be given more priority.
Constitutional nature should be given more priority, more importance.
Okay, we all know that constitutional position should be given more priority. Thank you very much. But are we doing it? Is our lifestyle arranged in such a manner that are we able to do it? Let's be honest. Initiated, not initiated, doesn't matter. Are we doing it?
No, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
We're not doing it. So Varnashram Dharma, out of the many reasons of what makes Krishna establish Varnashram Dharma in the first place, is to actually inculcate the constitutional duty in the conditional life. So there is no there's no separation. It's like, okay, I'm going to chant Hare Krishna from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. and I'm going to read Bhagavad Gita from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. But then the whole rest of the day, I'm going to be going around in the world forgetting what I did from 3 to 6 a.m. No, Varnashram Dharma is so designed. Krishna is the supreme intelligence that our constitutional nature is intertwined in the conditional form, the conditioned stage. Okay, for what happens if we do that? What happens? The benefit, out of the many benefits, the prime benefit that I try to apply in my life is that it always gives a remembrance of our roles and responsibilities. We don't get consumed by that identity so much. No, he's saying that he ruled the people according to the system of Varnashram Dharma, which enjoins that Brahmanas instruct the Kshatriyas and Kshatriyas administer to the state through Vaishyas and Shudras. Okay, so the Kshatriyas are not independent. It's not that, okay, if somebody is sitting on a throne of a king or somebody is in a leadership position, then they think that they have the power to make or mend or bend the rules or make the rules or change the rules. No, they are always subordinate to Brahmanas, and then they are leading their administration is a teamwork through Vaishyas and Shudras. So in that way, everybody has respect for everybody, and then everybody is guiding everyone that actually our main goal is to go back to Krishna. What is happening right now is very chaos. It's a chaotic place. It's a very chaotic stage because it's Kali Yuga that influences, and we're just entering Kali Yuga. It's not like half of it has passed. That we are here, and then there is no Varnashram Dharma or very minimal, if at all. And anybody who is in the leadership position wants to actually work less and get more money. Like I see that, work less but get more money and let the work be done by others under you, and there is no respect. And then there is no main goal, because the goal is to satisfy one's own sense gratification. That person is not going too far. It's not going. This life is not going too far. It's going to not go back to Krishna. It's going to be entangled. I was looking at the meaning of the word entangled the other day. Prabhupada uses this word entangled. The conditioned soul is entangled in the three modes of material nature. What does entangle mean? What does entangle mean? What does
in the clutches of Maya.
Okay.
You cannot come out of it. It is binding and you cannot.
The spider is entangled in its own web.
So
Getting
entangled.
caught
So we
when you are
actually
caught.
make a network and then we don't know how to come out of it. So we are responsible. So we're entangled. So we make our life in certain way, and then it becomes very difficult. You know, I was listening to the class 2 days or 3 days ago, maybe. The class was like, when should one start preparing for Varnashram? When should one start preparing for? What is the ideal time? Is it the time is when one is in their 30s or 40s or 20s? When is the ideal time? So it was about so Maj was saying that it takes time. It takes about 10 years or 20 years actually to plan retirement. It's not that he was saying it's not that, okay, one morning I get up, okay, I'm retired. It actually takes time to plan retirement. So one devotee got married and then they went to seek blessings from their spiritual master. And the spiritual master said, okay, now you can start preparing for sannyas. And the devotee, the disciple said, but Guru Maharaj, I just got married and you're telling me to get ready for sannyas. Said, yes, because that's how long it takes. That's how long it takes. It's not like a sudden move. So one has to be very, very cautious. What is it? Set an intention before an action. So Varnashram Dharma gives us that intention. What is my real intention? What is my final goal? Am I approaching towards that goal or not? Am I getting, deviated or not? Because people who don't have this goal are very, very chaotic. Don't go by the looks, don't go by the facade, or don't go by the show of what they're showing you. That's just a show. Okay, it's just a show. I'm honestly telling you, I know some people in very high positions. We can say that they're in a very high position from like societal point of view in government or here or there or wherever, but the mental space is so disturbed, and I can sense it. Like it's so disturbed because the goal is missing. See, Varnashram Dharma gives us a goal, and that's why Rishabh Dev is playing it out that do it in a proper manner. So one, at least if people around us are not doing it, we can do it. We can do it. We can, if I have to make a decision, I'm gonna make a decision according to the Guru Sadhu Shastra principle. Okay, I'm going to approach somebody who is more educated, who has a broader view of my life, and also knows what is my ultimate goal of life. Approach that personality and then make decisions and follow through. Okay, but people who we approach others in general who are superior to us to help us navigate life, don't we? Yeah. Is there anybody in this class who has never asked anybody that, how should I go about this? Never had a discussion and everything was done in solitude. Anybody who's done that? Ever? Never, ever.
Nobody.
So we approach, but we just don't know how to approach. So Varnashram Dharma gives us that direction. That who's gonna approach who? Kshatriyas are approaching Brahmanas. Okay, then Vaishyas and Shudras are approaching Kshatriyas, but they can also approach Brahmanas. So basically Brahmana, that's why a Brahmanical class of people are so important. Prabhupada says so many times that he establishes ISKCON to give cream for the society. You know, our devotees are cream for the society. They can lead from a proper consciousness without the reason to exploit. We exploit others because we are fearful. It's coming out of fear, you know. I used to think it's coming out of envy. But envy, fear is even superior to envy. So we exploit others because we are fearful that what will happen to me. And why are we fearful? Why are we fearful? Why are we fearful? What is the origin of the fear?
Insecurity, Mataji.
Where is it coming from? In the literal sense.
Lack of faith. Forgetting Krishna.
Envy.
Anxiety of change.
Okay, anxiety of change. Where is this anxiety of change coming from? Go more deep.
Ego.
Where is that coming from?
Mind.
False identity.
False identity.
False identity. Very nice. Because I'm thinking I'm a body. You see, I'm not paying attention to my constitutional position. So bhayam ditva nibheshi shashtam. Ditva means duality. Two, I am entangled by fear because I think what I'm not. And that leads to sense of insecurity. And that leads to whatever I can do to protect myself, even if it means exploiting others. So that particular mentality is not going to give us peace. So it's very nice that Rishabh Dev is actually teaching us that, okay, you're situated in this particular life, understand what's your psyche, understand, are you functioning as a Brahmana? What are you best at? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And understand if you are your psyche is according to this, then what are your rules and regulations? What are your duties? And how do you actually navigate this life and inculcate your constitutional goal in your conditional life? Basically, that's why we say Krishna consciousness, the sadhana and the sadhak is the same process. Means the way to become perfect and the perfection are the same. Like chanting Hare Krishna is same for both the parties. So how will we do it? By following these principles. If it was not important, Prabhupada wouldn't have given it to us. Okay, and these are the things that he did as a Kshatriya. He actually did all this. If I'm saying I'm a Kshatriya, okay, then am I doing these 100 times sacrifices to satisfy Vishnu under the guidance of the able Brahmanas? People say, no, I'm Kshatriya, I'm Brahmana, I'm this, I'm that, but where is the action relating to the post? Somebody says, Prem Prakash Haridas Prabhu says, I am an orthopedic surgeon. Will you be interested in knowing what is his activity like? Or we are going to say, okay, another guy who might be orthopedic surgeon, might not be, or will you be really interested in knowing what is he doing? What will you be doing?
Interested in what is exactly
to see
actually doing.
You want to verify, right? You want to verify. You're just not going to say that, okay, this person is just saying like that. And then you will develop awe and reverence and sense of respect for the contribution that they're making towards the well-being of other people, right? It is the service that we give to others in service to Krishna that make us great. It's not anything else. It's not by, because we studied in Nalakuvira and Manigriva past time that the anartha over there is arrogance and pride because of the possession of too much wealth. So if somebody has too much wealth, it's not that they become great just by possessing wealth. No, this is Shastra speaking. I'm not speaking. But we are so much used to hearing the noise of the society that we actually have hard time in believing what Shastra is saying. That's why chanting Hare Krishna is important, because chanting Hare Krishna refines one's intelligence. Okay, so he's saying he's a Kshatriya, but he's acting like that too. He's acting. He's doing according to proper time, and he's doing all the sacrifices by proper priest, and he's satisfying Vishnu and not satisfying respective demigods. He is satisfying demigods, but he's doing it by offering prasad of Vishnu to all these personalities. You know, we're not like disrespecting anyone, because the whole creation belongs to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if I'm trying to love Krishna, I will love everything that belongs to Krishna, right? What is that saying in English? What is this saying? I think Prem Prakash Haridas Prabhu is my dictionary in that. If you love me, you love my dog. You will love my dog. Right? Is it right? If you love me, you will love my dog. Which means if somebody loves somebody, then
Yes,
they're gonna
Mother.
love.
Yes, Mother.
Okay, then they're gonna love everything related to that particular person, not just that person. So if we love Krishna, then we're gonna love everything that is related to Krishna, including the demigods. But that doesn't mean that we're gonna go and worship the demigods. We're gonna worship the demigods independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No, yes, we do go to the demigods. Like gopis went to Katyayani Devi, right? They went to Katyayani Devi, but they went so that they can actually clear their path to Krishna. Because demigods are servants of Krishna. They're like administrators in the government. So it's easier. Okay, with that consciousness, it is allowed. But if somebody is worshipping demigods because of the old habit, then it becomes a demon. Without Krishna consciousness, then it becomes a demon, which is what, Anartha? What demon represents that old habit, Anartha? Takasura, very nice. Okay, so very nice. So remember, see, if we study demons which Krishna killed, we can study where they are in our life. Okay, so understand from these verses that importance of Varnashram Dharma. Understand that if I am theoretically understanding that my constitutional position is superior to my conditional position, am I giving it due respect? Am I giving it due vigilance? Am I giving it due attention and concentration? Or am I separating it? I'm going to be, a saint from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., but I'm going to forget what I did and I'm going to be like something else for the rest of the day. No. So Varnashram Dharma helps us to inculcate everything. And if Rishabh Dev is establishing the Varnashram Dharma, then it must be good for us for going back to Krishna. So don't live like an ordinary person. Live like somebody who lived to serve Srila Prabhupada. Somebody who goes down that path of serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead via Srila Prabhupada. That is not an ordinary life. That's the extraordinary life. We might not get medals. We might not get recognition. The service might be very, very menial. It might not be a very big service. Even other devotees might not recognize, but Srila Prabhupada will recognize. So many circumstances I've heard from Srila Prabhupada's disciples who are not so famous, who are not so known, but when they are passing, when they're like leaving their body, they have these fascinating experiences that Prabhupada somehow appears. Prabhupada's chanting appears, or somehow something happens, and then they get the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I have seen it so many times now. So I'm fully convinced that you don't need to come in limelight for others to recognize you as a very good devotee. It doesn't matter. Actually, will that be a good devotee? If that would be a good devotee, then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj wouldn't be sitting near the public restrooms. Okay, he would be like sitting on a proper Vyasasana and traveling in expensive things. He is a devotee. He in Mahabhagavad. He can generate all these things. It's not difficult for him. Lakshmi goes wherever Vishnu goes, but he's not. So understand what is more important: your relationship with Krishna or relationship with my body only, and not Krishna. And then also understand that how to give due respect to everything, all demigods in relation with Krishna, because independent of Krishna, that's not recommended by Krishna himself. Questions, reflections, realizations, corrections. Am I audible?
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Someone has.
Mataji here, Mataji here, it's written like priests who were all young and faithful, means like one has to be like young, like initially, like since childhood, they should start all Vedic learning, Mataji, Vedic knowledge getting.
Yeah, there's a thing here, right? This is Prahlad Maharaj's statement. Kaumare acharit pragno dharmam bhagavatam iha. Yeah, one has to start from the age Kamar. Kumar is, I think, 5 to 11. Is it 5 to 11 years of age? Kumar. So one has to start learning from that young age. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. But I'll check what is Kumar age. I'll check.
But it put messages, Mataji. That